If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room. What's going on, y'all? Happy Wednesday. We are back. 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 I'm going to keep this instrumental going because I like this. I like this instrumental. We gonna keep it smooth, man. We going to keep it smooth today. How y'all feeling, man? You know we started every show with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it along. Hoping that you pass it along as well. Got to pass it forward, man. GMS fam, the green room, tap into that live chat. Let me know you are here. Shout out your city. Let me know where you tuning in from. I'll shout your city out. We got to show love to the cities all across America and overseas. I know I got a couple people overseas that tune in, man. Appreciate y'all. Shout out Toke Champs, Arius, Baby G in the building, Lone Wolf, Hitman. Vale is in the building. Jan Wynn, what's going on, y'all? All right. So it happened. As expected, Corey Holcomb responded to Shammy Whammy and queenzflip after they went on the Improper Improv show last week, and Shammy brought up Corey. And he didn't have too many nice things to say, you know. He brought up the watermelon heist. You know Corey was on the watermelon heist. You know he was on there with a pitchfork sitting on a bale of hay with some watermelon. You know he was doing that while he calling Stephen A. Smith a coon. He was really mad about that Stephen A. shit. And then it made sense because, you know, people started hitting me about Shampoo, and they was like, yo, y'all got to look up some of that old stuff that happened with Shampoo. Used to be with, you know, Howard Stern, and he used to say some unsavory things about the black community. And they said he was really on some Uncle Tom stuff. And when you go back and watch the clip of him talking about Corey and mentioning him talking about, because the Stephen A. Smith thing came out of left field. And I was wondering why he said that, but queenzflip was like, well, some people call you a coon. And I thought that was queenzflip just fucking with him, just, you know, talking shit back and forth because he didn't really know what to say about Corey. But I guess there was some validity to that. And Shampoo apparently was out here actually being one of them dudes. So I don't really know. I got to go do my homework to see and make the opinion for myself, because I don't just listen to people and take their opinion for it. You know, I take it in regard, and I go do my own research. So I got to look that up. I know some people told me about that, you know, in the chatter in the comment section, but we'll get to that later. Either way, Corey went on the 5150 show to respond to what Shammy had to say. He called my man the hard R, and I'm not talking about Nigge. I'm talking about the other hard R. Listen to this shit right here.
Yeah. Look, some niggas was talking about me, and I just want to tell everybody I don't take that shit to heart when motherfuckers get to saying my name, man. But this is what I got to say about it. First of all, I made a mistake. I didn't know who these video vixen girls were. I thought they was talking about Superhead.
Oh, are you serious? So that whole what?
I thought when they said, what is the girl name?
Melyssa Ford.
I thought that was Superhead.
How dare you get me mixed up with her? How dare you get her mixed up with her?
I thought that was Superhead. I don't know. I f***ed up.
You owe some.
I think that's funny because, usually I'll be thinking that, niggas is making excuses, because somebody responded or says something that might get more traction than whatever it is that Corey said. But I honestly believe him in this instance, because if you go back to the clip where he was talking about it, he clearly was talking about somebody that gives a lot of fellatio, a lot of sloppy toppy. And there's only one person that holds that title in video vixen history, and they called themselves Superhead. She didn't call herself Superhead for nothing.
Like that would have been a childhood name for you.
What?
Superhead.
Why the f***? Oh, because I got a big head?
Yeah.
You showed me nigga. No. I don't know these video vixen girls
You should have
from
asked
each
me.
other. You should have told me. But she probably did drink some energy drink. That's how she get down. She a video girl.
I've done
Because I said something about somebody drinking an energy drink. I think that was the main thing that Dumb Donald was driving. Because first of all, that nigga who was talking shit, come on, y'all. Hey, y'all got to start bringing people of some validity on y'all podcast, man. That man retarded, man.
Oh my God.
I was rolling. He said, but he made me. I was like, who is that?
He definitely got a thick ass tongue. That tongue was in his
So we
veins.
owe you an apology.
That man retarded. How am I be mad at that man? That man don't even know what he's talking about.
Hold up, Corey. Holcomb. Now, you can talk about the thickness of my tongue, but I'll be damned if a nigga call me retarded because of the way I talk. A nigga like me, you can't call me retarded, man. I done did too much in my life. I done did too much in this shit to ever be disrespected like this, Corey. All right? Now, I called you a good comedian. I told you that, you was nice on the mic. But now you calling me retarded because I wanted to defend the queen. All I did was defend the queen. You would do the same thing if somebody said something about Darlene Ortiz. If somebody was talking about your co-host. I'm sorry, man. That shit hurts, man. It hurts, man. Like, it takes a lot out of your tongue. You got to make your tongue fat to talk like that nigga.
That boy.
Oh, he's something wrong with him, for real.
Started with TH.
Dumb Donald. That's Dumb Donald off Fat Albert, dog.
That's why you see I was like, what? Melyssa Ford? I was like, no, Melyssa Ford, she cool.
Hey, look, so if I got the names mixed up, but whether it was Melyssa
Dude,
Ford.
talking shit about you too, D.
Yeah, he was talking shit, but he thirsty.
Exactly.
That motherfucker can't even talk, man. See? How the fuck you gonna get mad at a nigga?
Listen, Marcus, and you'll...
Actually, Corey, you're wrong in there. You're wrong right there. I think you are absolutely 100% wrong. All right? Shammy is not thirsty. A nigga that can produce that much saliva should never, ever have his thirst ever be dry. His thirst is quenched every other syllable. I'll be damned if Shammy ever was thirsty. That man could survive in the desert for weeks with no water. All he got to do is talk.
You'll soon learn when people talk shit about you like that, it means something. They,
Hey, look, let me tell y'all something, man. To the retarded dude, I made a mistake. I thought it was Superhead. But if I ever met Melyssa Ford or Superhead, I am a gentleman. I will be like, oh, my name is Corey, because I don't know either one of them. I swear I don't.
I love to meet Superhead. I done met Melyssa. I love to meet Superhead, boy.
I will be like, my name is Corey, and listen, whatever name they introduce themselves as, I am obligated to address them that way after I meet somebody. If not, I'm a fuck nigga. If somebody say my name is so-and-so and you start calling them something else, you really like, you trying to start some shit with them. I would never start no shit with them girls. I don't know them girls. Y'all
See, Mo, you saying Shammy like a camel? Instead of storing water in his hump, he store water in his tongue.
niggas caking for these girls. Let these girls
camel tongue cow.
take up for themselves. Them girls ain't thinking about crazy Corey.
That's a good one. Yep. See,
She only responded because they responded.
Right.
See?
I mean, like, but he's retarded.
Oh my god.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
That nigga?
I seen matter of fact, once again, shout out to Chick Smooth. I seen him say, because somebody asked, you're like, damn, you can say the R word on YouTube. They ain't ban him or strike him or cut his channel or anything like that. And I guess on YouTube, it doesn't really matter. But if you was on Twitch, probably would have got up out of there.
Why is he on the internet?
That
Yeah.
nigga sound like he was chewing his tongue.
I don't even
That
know
nigga
who you're
supposed
talking
to
about.
be getting arrested by the
He
police.
shake his time too. He talk.
I got some cute little photos of me and Melyssa. We did a photo shoot, not together. It was the same day. It was
Oh,
like
they didn't do it
was
together?
a big layout. I got the magazine still, and it was
They didn't have their butts together on the camera shooting for King magazine, the throwback
video.
version.
It was Vixens representing cities, and I repped LA. She repped where she's from. It was cool, and we saw each other that day. And we
Vixen's
took
repping
some.
the
So
city,
you
huh?
know her?
I mean, I met her that day. Seemed like
Okay.
a really nice girl,
It ain't
and
no,
I've
we
never
ain't
heard
got
anything.
no smoke with
Yeah.
motherfucking Melyssa Ford. You
We ain't got no smoke for Melyssa Ford. Remember that part right there. Just remember that little part right there as we continue. Just remember that. Just remember that little phrase. We ain't got no smoke for Melyssa
can't
Ford.
get
Just
mad because somebody got a reputation for sucking dick and then you make a joke about the shit. What the fuck kind of shit? Look, if you out here in the game sucking dick, niggas like me gonna make a joke about you sucking a dick.
Yeah, and if it's old, it's old. And if
And if you're a video vixen in any way, I'ma joke on you. I joke on Darlene.
sure does.
So all that extra to get some
ass
motherfucking
niggas,
attention
man.
shit, man, get y'all goof ass. You dumb motherfucker. I wouldn't even argue with that man. When I heard him talk, I was like,
I said that shit. I said it. I called that shit like it was I called it like I was playing, like I was rolling dice. 7, 11. I called that shit. Somebody was like, do you think we gonna get an apology this coming Tuesday on 5150? I said, no, I think we're gonna get the complete opposite. I said, I think Corey is gonna take one look at Shammy and hear his voice and it's gonna be over from there. And exactly what the fuck I thought was gonna happen happened. and it wasn't even in a way where Corey was like, I don't think if he was even serious about it. You call somebody retarded, I don't think he finds this to be serious at all. But remember I said this. No smoke for Melyssa Ford, but it didn't turn out that way because later on down the road, things got a little bit more hectic. Now, as you guys remember, in Melyssa's response to Corey and, Darlene and the comments that they made about the energy drinks, she was answering questions. And this is the thing that happens to a lot of people on these platforms, especially when they talk too quickly before they continue on with the show. Like the example I'm going to show in a little bit. They'll allow the fans to create the narrative and then go off of what the fans are saying or go off the narrative that the fans are saying and respond, and then end up throwing extra shots that were unneeded instead of seeing the video or whatever they were talking about in context. Because Melyssa Ford called Darlene some random hoe. And I'm sure that if Melyssa Ford would have saw the video in question, instead of possibly just taking somebody's word for it or hearing about it from somebody else, then she would have known that Darlene didn't disrespect her at all. So things kind of get lost in translation that way when people pay attention to what the outside fans are saying and listening or paying attention to that narrative on that side, which would inevitably make them say some things that they probably shouldn't have said or probably don't mean, because now when they see it in the full grand scheme of things, it was only really one person to go at, which was Corey. But she also went at Darlene, which is what Marcus is going to bring up right here.
My dumb Donald call you ugly, dude.
What
She don't look good anyway.
Exactly. And
What's
see how
called
that
called a
rolled
hoe?
right off my back. See how that rolled right off?
What'd you say?
Melyssa called you a hoe.
Did she?
Whatever
Did
she
she?
wants. She can call whatever she wants. When
Listen, stop getting
if
hurt so
something's not-
easy.
Yeah, exactly. If something's not true, why should you let it affect you?
I heard you went out there to New York because dude had a lick for you on his show and you was having mental issues out here. Listen, I know your story. I really do. I can hurt your feelings. Don't throw that shit toward the 5150 show. Trust me. All you cake-ass motherfuckers. Now, if you're a confident man, maybe we can't get you. But I know the back door here behind that whole motherfucking situation over there. I know what you was crying about. You was having mental issues and shit like that. Don't throw stones you ain't ready to fuck with. Because I'm the best at signifying. I'm the best.
And don't let me come out.
Now, later on down the line, like I said, fans will start talking, they'll start saying certain things, and they'll lead you to say some things extra that you probably wouldn't have ended up saying at all, but because you still feel some type of way, you end up saying it, which is what led Corey to say this.
All right, man. Keep working on you.
So congrats on
thick
that.
Ross.
Congrats on
Ross,
that.
holy.
He pulled it off.
People trying to egg shit on. They called D, Melyssa Ford called D a random hoe. Hey, nigga, fuck Melyssa Ford. We don't know that bitch.
Yeah, straight up.
We don't know that bitch.
Oh, no, I could ask her, like, really, what was your deal? What's
Melyssa.
Now, the niggas
Real
around
good.
here know her, but we don't know that bitch. Now, goof-ass nigga who can't talk, say something to me when you see me. Goof-ass nigga. Corey, I don't like that shit. Yeah, that's all it is gonna be, motherfucker.
Him and his,
Goof-ass
Eh.
ass.
him and his assistant gonna jump you, nigga.
Stop telling me about when motherfuckers do some cake-ass shit. My nigga Jimmy Martinez, I got respect for him because it's this
Somebody
comic.
says
He was doing one of my jokes. Jimmy called me. He had that nigga hemmed up in the corner. Hey, Corey, this bitch-ass nigga doing your joke. What you want me to do?
That's
I can
what you're supposed to
respect
do.
that.
Yeah.
Now, let's discuss this a little bit. Now you see the response at hand. Also, Craig let it be known, hey man, we should just have a roast off with the Joe Budden podcast, which is also a nice little strategy. You know what I'm saying? It'll bring more eyes to not just 5150, but also the Craig facts. And it'll bring people over to a different side of a conversation that they probably would enjoy, seeing as, you know, I'm not saying that the same people that like Joe Budden would like Craig facts, but they might enjoy some of the content over there. And also it'll give them a eye to see that some of these other platforms are able to do a lot with the time that they have and give you good quality, you know, content, conversation, and laughs that they probably wouldn't see on a you know, bigger scale like a Joe Budden podcast or, you know what I'm saying, other things like that. I think that'd be cool. I think if they kept it to roasting or just, you know, talking shit back and forth, that's cool. I think, though, it's going to get to a point where things are going to get disrespectful because inevitably, when you're dealing with Corey Holcomb in the 5150 side, there's no limit, there's no bar, there's nothing. Everything is on the table, and you're liable to get anything brought up against you or have any type of thing said about you that people will probably look at you as from that point on. They didn't do improper improv today, which is what I thought they were going to do, but it was canceled today. I don't know why. I didn't see Shampoo say anything about this. I'm pretty sure he knows that this is happening right now. I don't know what else he got going on, but I'm pretty sure he knows this is happening. So I'm pretty sure he knows that these things are being said about him. But it's going to be interesting to see if there is a back and forth, because I mean, at the end of the day, that's kind of something that's up to Joe. That's his platform. That's his network. What he says goes. I'm just going to leave it up to that. And I don't know if he's the type of person that would want to go back and forth with Corey Holcomb. Not that he's scared, but just because on the grand scheme of things, he's not looking at it as, he should entangle himself with people who he thinks are not on his level, so to speak. But we'll see. It'll be interesting. I don't think Corey really said anything disrespectful towards Joe, but I think that it was warranted given the late response, because it was a late response. I mean, Shampoo came out of nowhere talking about it, and what Corey said happened a few months ago. So I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. And we're going to see that as it unfolds. And I'll, of course, keep everybody posted, and we're going to keep having these conversations as that happens. Now, speaking of some unsavory things that's going on out here in this world, a Miss Azealia Banks decided that she was going to go and say some things about DC Young Fly and his wife, or his late fiance. Azealia Banks has been the type of person to say some wild shit all the fucking time and find herself on the end of fuckery a lot, and has said some things that some people agree with and some people viciously disagree with. And these are one of those times where people are remembering that Azealia Banks is a piece of shit. And I say that because today she decided to take to her Instagram account and write this in regards to DC Young Fly. Now, if you guys don't remember, about 4, maybe 5 years back, she was a guest on Wild 'N Out, and she supposedly had a bad experience. She left crying because she felt bad that she was getting roasted out the fucking gym on a show that consists of roasting. She said that her team, she did this at the request of her label to go to Wild 'N Out, but that's not an excuse to not know where you're going. I'll be damned if I'm that dumb of an artist where my label is telling me that I have to go do press or do promotional runs or whatever the case may be at certain places, and I don't know where the fuck I'm going. Because if you a sensitive bitch like Azealia Banks, you wouldn't participate in that shit. And as a matter of fact, I don't think Nick Cannon is the type of person that'll force people to do some shit that they don't want to do. When you get there, let's say you didn't know where you were or where you were going, and when you get there, this is what you do. You don't just show up and think you better than everybody and think you just sit around and wait till your slot is called and you just come out and do your thing. You have to be able to ask what the fuck is going on. Have your assistant or whoever the fuck is coming with you ask you what's going on. Figure out where you are before you participate in some shit, you dumbass. That is the dumbest excuse I've ever heard in my life. My label said I had to go. Fuck all that stupid shit. You thought that you was gonna walk in Wild 'N Out and be some fucking queen of the fucking earth, and everybody was supposed to bow down to Azealia Banks because you think that you're this high princess goddess fucking level being, whatever you want to call it, than everybody else, when you are the lowest of the lowest scum of the fucking earth. You are worth less than the dog shit that niggas accidentally step on every single day. You're mad about somebody that called you ugly, apparently, which people got the video. He didn't even call you ugly. Never called you ugly. But you took what he said as calling you ugly, because that's what happens when insecure motherfuckers hear one thing. They only hear what they want to hear. And today, not only did you prove that you are ugly on the inside, but we already knew you was ugly on the outside. That was already proven. Now, she went on Instagram to say, damn, DC Young Fly spent years disguising his own deeply rooted hatred of self as jokes pointed at women's beauty, projecting his own feelings about his own ugliness onto women perfectly secure in their own skin. Say what you want about my tears. They were pure tears of rage because you was getting roasted, you cunt. And not at all a sign of weakness, because in the end, I won. No, you lost. You lost bad. She said, I'm happy I cried and moved on. That Jackie O girl must have been so deeply insecure about herself, and the nerve of DC to call such a gorgeous woman as Azealia Banks ugly on national television while a bunch of black people laugh. You could tell she thinks she's ugly. You can tell she knows for a fact that she's an ugly bitch because you're talking in third person from your own account. Talking about the nerve of DC to call such a gorgeous woman as Azealia Banks. You are Azealia Banks, you fucking kook. Why are you speaking in third person? I almost forgot. This the bitch that was cutting off chicken heads and shit. Forgot. That's another thing. She's like chalking this up as some universal thing. Like the universe, it was in her favor because DC's fiance passed away. See, weird bitches like that annoy the shit out of me because they think that they're so important or that they're so high vibrational and they're so into with the spirits and they all this and that they can that for some reason the universe gives a fuck about making them feel better. Imagine how much of a narcissist, how much of a fucking selfish, psychotic fuck you have to be to think that you have the power to dictate what's going on in somebody else's life, or that because of what happened to you that you felt slighted or that you felt disrespected even though you went. That's another thing. How is this working out in your favor with the universe and the spirits when you voluntarily went to a place that was known for roasting? That's like me going to Domino's and getting mad that I fucking got a pizza. You stupid motherfucker. You think the universe is gonna work it out for me? That's crazy. Like, listen to this shit. She said, ironically, dead at 32, exactly on my 32nd birthday, May 31st, 2023, in Miami, Florida. You niggas are going to learn to stop fucking with me. Really? They gonna learn to stop fucking with you, Azealia Banks? Tell me one thing that DC Young Fly did after Wild 'N Out that made you feel like this was some continuing beef, like he was just fucking with you. Was it the Vlad interviews where he was asked what happened? See, because this dumbass even went at Nick Cannon. She said that Nick Cannon was going to die in the next few years because of his lupus. This is a person that thinks that the universe and the spirits are working in her favor. You talking about a nigga that's finna, you say he gonna die soon because of his illness that he has. A person that was right there by your side with his arm around you, comforting you while you felt like you was getting slighted on a show that's about roasting and you thought that you was exempt from that shit. The audacity. And the bitch want to be white. Azealia Banks is the weirdest person in the world. This is what happened. I can't play the video because they're going to try to, fuck around with the channel. But this is what happened to why Azealia Banks is mad. This is DC Young Fly calling her ugly. Listen to this.
In any time, you have to enjoy your lap around the theater because you're not going to be booking any other work. In any time, enjoy Wild 'N Out. You won't even make it to Dub Comedy Jam, honey.
Enjoy your lap around the theater because you're not going to be booking any other work.
Honey, this is the ceiling.
You need to find your dentist. How you take your goddamn braces off but you kept the little middle part? Stupid ass girl. She told her keep the wires. Just keep the wires.
I mean, look at her face, bro. He said you should have fired your dentist. How you go take your braces off and keep the metal part? Little stupid ass girl. You who in their right mind that's not a comedian or somebody that know how to roast will go up against a motherfucker that can as an expert. He's a professional. This isn't just a nigga sitting on the block roasting with the whole. He's a professional. He gets paid to do this shit. That's like a random person coming up to Azealia Banks off the street and thinking that they can perform better than her or make a song better than her when they haven't made a song or performed at the capacity that she has. She'd look at them like a fucking idiot. But she's a narcissist. Now, this was him calling her ugly, talking about her braces. Look at that. She got Simpsons teeth. This bitch looks like a Simpsons character. Fucking a Down syndrome Lisa Simpson. The black version. Yes. It's fucked up for you, Azealia Banks. You got to look at yourself in the mirror every day and not be comfortable with the fact that you look like that. Now, one thing that I love about these instances is because, you know, you talk about somebody who thinks the universe is working in their favor. You think that they, you know, that the spirits is loving them and protecting them. The funny part about all that is you got to look at the person you're talking about. One thing I notice about DC Young Fly is that he has a faith that is unwavering. This is a person that walks with God whether you believe in a higher power or not. This is somebody who believes in a higher power. He believes in faith. He believes in the good things out of life, basically. And you think that the universe is working for you, Azealia Banks, the evil bitch that cuts heads off chickens and thinks that's just gonna help you? See, the funny part is some people really believing in that shit, talking about, hey man, don't mess with Azealia. Nigga, if I had the power of the universe that works in my favor, motherfucker, I'd use it to help my career. I wouldn't waste no fucking time trying to get revenge on motherfuckers that called me ugly or told me I needed to fire my dentist. What the fuck? The spirits don't work on pettiness, you dumbass. That's a delusional, weird ass motherfucker right there. But one of the people that made it very known that DC's faith is one thing that is going to continue to hold him down during these trying times was Ryan Davis, who is a good friend of DC Young Fly, who has a lot of respect for DC. And he heard about what Azealia Banks said, and I want y'all to hear Ryan Davis in his element, doing what he does best, and that is reading the fuck out of somebody and ethering them at the same time. Listen to this. Ryan Davis heard about this and did not hold back, to say the least. He completely ethered Azealia Banks. Listen to what he had to say about it right here.
I understand.
Hold on 1 second. I got to get somebody to tell y'all something. Quick announcement. Hey, yo, GMS fam. This is Shammy Whammy Shampoo. Hit that like button. If you didn't hit the sub button, hit the subscribe. I'm sorry I'm spitting all over GMS microphone, but hit the subscribe, all right? Do your due diligence.
I understand why Russell Crowe spit on Azealia Banks. I get it now. Even through all of the beefs, her speaking negatively about T.I.'s wife, or her making up rumors about sleeping with Dave Chappelle and possibly causing issues in his marriage, and going back and forth with female rappers over the years and saying some of the nastiest things I've ever heard about people. I was like, maybe this girl just needs help. But after she pretty much celebrated the death of DC Young Fly's girl, I would say she doesn't get spit on enough.
Yeah, that's Azealia Banks, built like a fucking oblong kitchen fork.
You ask me. That episode of Wildin' Out was years ago. Yes, you felt embarrassed and you started crying. But let's just keep it real. All he did was call you ugly. And you proved that you are far more ugly than he ever could have described you. And that's an internal thing, all right? As a person who's been called ugly a lot, and I've been called ugly a lot, I've never felt so deeply about somebody calling me ugly that I would celebrate a traumatic experience like somebody they love dying. That only tells me that you know, in your heart of hearts, that you're fucking ugly. And all you did was prove that you are far more ugly on the inside than anybody has ever described you on the outside.
Facts.
And it's one thing to be sick enough to have these thoughts, but to actually go public and share these thoughts with the world and let the world know how terrible of a person you are. Like, I'm the type of person who prays for people who are clearly misguided like this, but I got nothing for it. I got nothing for it. And I know there's some people who will be like, nah, Ryan, this is just not how we do. When they go low, we go high. Man, fuck that bitch. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I mean that from the very bottom of my heart. I still don't wish no ill will on her. Like, anything happening similar in her life, I hope everybody in her life remains healthy and everything. I just say, when you see that bitch, spit on her. And I mean it. Loogie, from the back of your throat, spit on that bitch. I don't give a fuck. Spit on her.
Sheesh. I'm
watching Russell Crowe movies all day. I'm watching Gladiator, American Gangster, Beautiful Mind. I'm watching all that shit.
Hey, yo. One thing that nigga Ryan is good at, that is ethering somebody. And I mean doing it with precision and accuracy. Got to give it up to that guy, man. Shout out to Ryan Davis. Well deserved. Azealia Banks, you are a virus to everybody. Everybody. I think at this point you should do what you do to them chickens to yourself. Don't worry, the spirits got you, right? You are a divine being. The universe always works in your favor. You'll be all right. You'll go to the promised land and live in dandelions and take baths in mayo all you want. You're free to do what you want. We won't judge. Just make sure it happens at some point. Now, to move away from that, we gotta celebrate Travis Rudolph. Hit the gritty, hit the gritty, hit the hit the gritty, hit the. Hold on, whoa. One more time, two more times, three more times, nigga. We gonna do 4 more times because it was 4 counts, nigga. 4 counts. If you don't know what I'm talking about, my man right here, Travis Rudolph, has been found not guilty on 4 counts. Manslaughter, murder, all that shit. They was finna try to lock this man up for the rest of his life. Do you want to know why? For those that don't know, or for those that need a memory refresh. Now, Travis Rudolph was in a relationship with a woman named Dominique Jones. Dominique Jones was she was a hellish bitch. Dominique decided that she was going to get into it with her guy because she found out that he was cheating. Now, typically, like a lot of women do, they get angry. Oh, you cheated on me. You did this. And what it just and that's just, things to be expected. It may not be right. It may not be the good thing to do, but it happens. She said that this man slammed her to the ground, choked her, assaulted her, and she proceeded to call her brother, text him, matter of fact, and say, hey, Travis put his hands on me. Come shoot his shit up. To which her brother gathered his friends, 2 or 3 of them. I think it was 3 of them. Went over to Travis's house to confront Travis, was met by Travis's brother, who they all ended up getting into a physical altercation with, where Travis was told beforehand that he was about to get shot. So when the altercation ensued, his brother was being jumped by the individuals who came. He ran in the house. He grabbed an AR-15. He ran outside to where his brother was being jumped. He ran down the street to him. The guys jumped in the car, rolled down the window, pointed a gun out, and Travis lit their shit up. Travis let off 40 shots into that vehicle. Killed one of them. Which is why he was facing so many charges and was facing possible life in prison. He killed one of them. It wasn't her brother, who I honestly, I hate to say it, but I wish it was him, because she didn't learn a lesson in this. Her emotions were detached because a friend got killed, not her little brother. If her little brother got killed, she probably would have had a different tune on the stand. But because it wasn't her little brother, she didn't have no remorse. She didn't have no sympathy. She didn't have any care about her part in this, which was the major part. She set this entire thing up. She took no accountability. She is a all I did type of bitch who suffers from all I did syndrome. All I did syndrome is when motherfuckers do something heinous, drastic. They create a whole entire fucked up situation and then minimize what they did in that situation by saying, all I did was. You cannot be a all I did type of person. You have to take accountability and you have to understand where you went wrong. She did none of that. She sat on the stand. She was condescending. She was sarcastic. She was evil. The defense lawyer asked her, your text messages quite possibly sparked this whole thing. You know what this bitch response was? But did he get shot? Talking about Travis. They're telling you that you, the person that caused this whole thing, the reason why somebody is dead, because you texted your brother to tell him to go shoot some shit up. And she talking about, well, I didn't mean him. I didn't mean him at all. I didn't think anybody was going to get hurt. Who the fuck text somebody shoot they shit up and don't think nobody going to get hurt? This man was over here fighting for his life because this chick lied. There was video footage that showed her being the ones that put hands on him. He didn't touch her. Thank God for home footage. Make sure y'all get some Ring cameras or some shit. Get some home cameras so shit like this don't ever happen to you. If it wasn't for the footage, if it wasn't for any other type of shit, he probably would be facing life. She lied. She sent her brother and his friends on a dummy mission. One of them got killed and she has no remorse. She needs to be under the jail. She needs to face all of the same 4 counts that this man faced for her part in what she did. Oh, here's the kicker. She was married the entire time. She had a whole other husband. And while sitting on that stand, she said, well, I didn't think it was my obligation. It wasn't any business of mine to tell him my personal bit. What? It wasn't your obligation to tell the man that you're in a relationship with that you still have a husband? And then you have the nerve to get mad that he's fucking around with other bitches? To the point that you request to have this man's shit shut up? Are you crazy? Thank God for her being able to take the stand and have her own testimony, because she made herself look like a demon. If there's any man, that's another thing. I don't even think she realizes that. Oh, goofy, big head bitch. If any man ever gets involved with this woman after this situation, that's a dumb motherfucker. And anything that happens from that situation, that person deserves. You never go into a situation that you know is fucked up and you still go, Azealia Banks. Come on, man. Hit the gritty one more time, man. Hit the gritty one more time, man. Hit the gritty one more time. All 4 accounts dropped. Thank God. This man did not deserve to spend the rest of his life or any type of jail time at that. He didn't cause this. He didn't provoke this. He didn't egg it on. He was a victim. A victim of false accusations, assault, and attempted murder. But somehow he was on the opposite end of all that. I'm so happy for this man. I really am, man. Shout out to Travis Rudolph, man. Shout out to Travis, man. You a free man, and you deserve it. Watch out, man. Watch out for them toxic traits in people, man. You'll notice it when you see it. You'll notice it when you see it. I know one person that didn't notice it when he saw it, and that was my man right here, Zion Williams. Sorry for all that ass in the all that ass in the picture, but I gotta talk about this, man. Zion Williams impregnated what they're calling a thought stripper. And he got called out by another thought stripper or porn star, whatever you want to call her, named Mariah Mills. Now, this is the signs of not being self-aware. A lot of women such as Mariah Mills, people just like her, live in delusion. They think because of the way that they look or because of their popularity that niggas ain't supposed to treat them a certain way. And a lot of them don't understand that they can be treated just as regular as anybody else in this world. Now, Zion got this girl down here, Prego. And when the news dropped, adult film actress Mariah Mills exposed alleged Snapchat messages between her and Zion, which is crazy because I don't think she understands the girl that he got pregnant ain't gonna give a fuck about none of that. She don't care about none of that. In her eyes, she won. And all you can do is sit back and talk shit. He said porn stars need love too. Yeah, they think so. They think so. This is not how the world is built, man. Sorry, but the stigma behind that is rough. It's fucking rough, man. I'm not even gonna read these posts. I can't. I don't want to read it. Holy moly. Holy cheetah print. These are some of the Snapchat messages that was leaked. Him saying, love you in these jeans, and I'm gonna what? Oh, FaceTime you in a little bit so we can talk about you moving. I want to fly you wherever I'm at for 4 days. You something as fuck. He said, bet I don't have a girlfriend, but I moved you to but I will move you. But if I moved you to New Orleans, would you be cool with me would you be cool with be like my official? Just asking so I know how to go about this situation with respect. When you move, how much do you expect me to pay you a month? But I'm super excited. Look at this, man. Yo, Zion, you negotiating payments with these motherfuckers? What is this? When you move, how much do you expect me to pay you a month? But she's on the internet crying about him choosing up. This was, nigga. This was a contract agreement, motherfucker. You was in this for the bread. How dare you get on social media and act like you gave a fuck? You only gave a fuck about the bag. You missed the bag. Now you know somebody else is going to get it because her and Zion ain't going to stay together. I'm pretty sure the new girl, she don't care about what's going on, but let some fuck shit happen. She going to try to bring this up as a reason why she's even more mad or untrustworthy and all types of shit just to maneuver her way in down the avenue of getting them child support payments. And that's if they get married. She probably already in the bag right now. She already plotting right now. How am I going to get away from Zion? Maybe I should use this instance as a way to get away from him so that he could pay child support. She's locked down. The only options that Zion Williamson has is to pay out hella money in child support or self-sabotage your career so that you don't have to pay a lot of. Either way, the bag is coming. And these motherfuckers will make sure they secure the bag by any means necessary. It's a shame. It's a shame. You know what else is a shame? I seen some shit about Brett Favre that I want to bring up real quick. I see some shit about Brett Favre. It was a little bit funny to me. Give me 1 second. Brett Favre was a guest on Donald Trump Jr.'s podcast or whatever. And he said, let me see if y'all can hear this. Let me know if you hear this. This is what he said.
If you're watching the news, depending on who you're watching, which 99.9% of the news is the left.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So there's a huge agenda, and they control the narrative. The best way to squash that is don't watch it, don't listen.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about running for office yourself?
No, absolutely not.
So if you didn't catch that, Brett Favre, Hall of Fame football quarterback, sat down with Donald Trump Jr. and said 99.9% of the news is controlled by the left. And that it is so because they're here to control the narrative. Which is funny to me because all you have to do is a simple Google search of the top news outlets, and number one is going to come up as Fox News. They aren't the left. Second of all, it's always the motherfuckers who get super brainwashed by that side who try to spread the narrative that the opposite side is controlling the media and the narrative when it's when it's the other way around. And not even just the other way around. If anything, it is equal both parts. You know, the craziest thing that I saw, I go to the gym, man, every week. And in the gym, they got several TVs set up, right? And they specifically put Fox News right next to MSNBC and CNN. Not just because they know that they have different demographics of people, but because you actually get to see the differences in these news stations and how their whole agenda is to say the complete opposite of the other one while trying to make whoever's watching their side feel a certain type of way about the other. They all have fear-mongering tactics. They all want to spread their own narratives, and they all want to divide and conquer. None of them are better than the other. People try their hardest to try to explain why one is better than the other, meanwhile not realizing that they getting played just by simply defending these type of entities. They want you to do that. These motherfuckers want you to, Fox News wants you to go out here on the internet and say that they're the best and that they tell the truth. You want to know why they want you to do that? They tell you that because the subconscious is amazing. You can see some shit during the day, not even think about it, but dream about it later because it was stuck in your subconscious. They play off of the dumb and weak daily. Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, whatever news, mainstream news media outlet, they are playing with y'all. And I've said it before, I will say it again. I am no part of either party. No Republican, no Democrat. I'm not left, I am not right, because those are controlled people. Controlled. You cannot live your life based off of politics and trying to defend politics and try to go so hard for a group or a party that don't give a fuck about you and your best interest or your family. All they want is your support and your dollars and whatever keeps them in that position as long as they can, only to benefit them. I'll give you a quick good example. Here in Minnesota, damn near all of Minnesota wants to legalize marijuana, but you had every Republican in the fucking House against it. Do you think it was because they gave a fuck about what the people were saying? Because clearly the people who were Republican also wants weed to be legalized. Y'all didn't think about them. Y'all didn't care about what they wanted. Y'all didn't care about the voters who put you in the office. You cared about your personal interests, which would be money being involved. How much can you continue to capitalize off of weed not being legalized? Which one of you motherfuckers got it in with Big Pharma? Which one of you got an under the table deal where you cannot allow cannabis to be legal for adults here in Minnesota? It's always a hidden agenda. We cannot pay attention to these entities. All they want to do is fearmonger, and they want to keep you stagnant. Now, GMS fam, the green room, I wanted to give y'all that quick word, man. I like speaking on shit like that because I want y'all to think for yourselves. I don't want y'all to be attached to these parties, these lefts and rights. I don't want you to be attached to none of that shit. Because when you attach to something, it's easy for a narrative to be spread, and it's easy for people to put a target on your back. Right now, you got people trying to say that the left and liberals are violent and they attack motherfuckers. And you got people on Twitter right now, white people sharing countless videos of black people getting into fights from years ago, trying to make it seem like it's happening right now to spread a narrative that not just liberals or the left, but black people are vicious and violent and dangerous. Inherently at that, which is crazy how you can know the history of this country and try to say that black people are inherently violent. It's not our faults that as time evolved, we got stronger and you bitch ass niggas got weaker. It's not our fault. It's in your genetics, you know. You inherited that, you know. It's not our fault. You should take that up with God. Now, anyway, GMS fam, the green room. It's been a hell of a show. I need y'all to hit that like button on the way out. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. Oh yeah, one more quick thing. Let me make this announcement real quick. YouTube and all these other big platforms have been fucking with people and have been trying to destroy people's platforms and try to demonetize people. They try to come after everybody. But the best way that you can support somebody now, and I'm telling you right now, this is not just for me. This goes for everybody. Don't give any money to YouTube. Don't give no money. Don't super chat. None of that. I'm not monetized right now, so you can't do it here, but don't do none of that. If you want to support people, go directly to their shits, they cash apps or whatever things that they got going on. Go directly to that, because these platforms do not deserve a cut. They don't at all. I say that for every entity that you are invested in, that you watch, that you appreciate, that you love. Support them directly. Do not go through these platforms. I'm telling you. They are vultures, and they straight up do not like black people. And eventually we are going to move from this platform to another platform, because I'm not one to sit around and just take whippings. We wouldn't have been those type of slaves. No disrespect. No disrespect to my ancestors. But I'm just saying, it's 2023. It's a new age. So like I said, hit that like button, all that good shit. You see the shit over here. Go ahead, do your due diligence. Leave a comment on this video when the live is over. Let me know what you thought of today's show. Shout out your city, man. Let me know where you from. I'm gonna shout your city out, man. I didn't do it in the beginning. I'm gonna do it right now, man. So if you got a city that you love, shout your city out. And I'm gonna shout it out too. Let's go. I see you. Jeff Hunt, he said Reno, Nevada in this motherfucker. Shout out to Nevada. Appreciate you, man. I see you. We got Pittsburgh in the building, New Jersey in the building, Indianapolis in the building, the DMV, Jersey in the building, West Palm Beach is here, Watts is here, Pittsburgh, Mississippi, Vallejo, Forest City, Arkansas, Minnesota, Trenton, New Jersey, Kansas City. Damn. Damn, Kenneth. Appreciate you, Reggie. Reginald Griffin, appreciate you, man. Lone Wolf from Chicago in here. Queens in the building. Shout out to my New York family. Appreciate you, appreciate you. Pasadena's in the building. D with it. NYC. Hey, GMS fam, man, appreciate y'all, man. Today was a dope-ass show. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Jeff Hunt. Y'all the realest. Y'all be pulling up, man. So I appreciate y'all for real. GMS fam, the green room. I'll see y'all later. New music on the way. All right? Don't forget that. We out.